Is no one going to take squad leader? Do I have to do it? Alright. Boop. Room for a friend. Making room for a friend. Making room for a friend. And let's lock this. Making room for a friend. Making room for a friend. Can I kick? Making room for a friend. Alright guys, McBluffin here, and before you even start, I know what you're thinking. No one likes remakes. Why redo what is already perfect? Oscar-worthy video journalism. Well, there are two reasons. It was recently brought to my attention that my original videos actually sound like a bag of boring being hit over the head by a wet fart. And secondly, with combined views of 184,000 and 15,000 hours of watch time, the same hated players are doing the same stupid things. That is why I'm here. That is why I'm back. Some people need to be re-educated. Now, with such a long time since the previous hated players video, some will need a little bit of updating, as over time, as I have matured, my opinions have changed slightly. Not by much, I'll be honest. And there are a whole host of brand new hated players for me to poop on. Let me know down in the comments if there's any hated players that I missed, and let's get on with the video. Coming in at number 10, we're going to kick the list off with something that has been irking the community since its introduction, the Game Pass player. Now, back when it happened, the community braced itself for an influx of noobs on a scale hitherto unseen. It was as if an alien species had just announced they were going to inhabit Earth without our consent and were also going to mimic us all, but like idiot children. Now, predictably, the welcome for these poor little doppelgangers was, well, the same as any influx of new players, but somehow just a little bit worse. And I think it's because there was a little bit of confusion about what the hell a Games Pass player was. Now, some thought that this meant that the game was now cross-play with console. And then, inevitably, the console discrimination began all sorts of weird arguments that didn't make any sense. This is untrue, by the way, for anyone that is still confused. Even the new Games Pass news themselves straight away were talking about how badly that they were being treated by the veterans and just any old player. Now, as usual, I had to find out for myself, as I don't trust a single goddamn thing I read on the internet, and neither should you. So I got into action and I went undercover as one of these Games Pass noobs, at my own cost I might add, to see how these poor little souls were being treated. Now, if you want to see that video, the link will be down in the description, or it will pop up on the screen right about now, I guess. But no spoilers. No, I'm sorry.
Push out.
I think I just killed a friendly.
Oops.
Now, as to be expected, these Games Pass noobs didn't know their asses from their elbows and were doing the exact same things that every other noob does. Ruining games, not listening to anyone, being squad leader and not putting down OPs, that good old stuff that makes everyone fucking vibrate with anger. But the Hell Let Loose player base seem to think this is some kind of unique problem that only happens in their game, presumably as they don't actually play anything else. However, every single game that has the most minute element of teamwork is the same. And it always has been. People seem to forget this in their own nonsense. But with Hell Let Loose, there is a difference. When you get new players, a whole bunch of them at once, it's like throwing a handful of M&Ms at a bowl that is halfway across the room. Most will probably miss, land on the floor and get eaten by your dog. But the ones that hit the bowl and stay in there, they're the ones you keep and you train into sugar-coated, chocolate-filled, garrison-destroying killing machines who love building nodes. Now, it's a hard road to hoe. For both veterans and noobs alike, but we need to thicken our skins and weed out the shitty COD players. And Battlefield players, for that matter. Coming in at number 9, the shitty admins. Some admins have let power go to their head, some just not capable of dealing with situations appropriately. I feel like there needs to be some kind of background check on admins. Are they sane? Do they have a half-inch penal? Things like that I think will affect their judgment in situations where they are meant to remain impartial. unbiased. But as we know, the human condition does not allow for such incredible levels of evolution. I've had friends kicked along with a team killer because they team killed him once. And it's a very confusing situation, but the long and short of it is they got kicked alongside the guy that was team killing them, which made no sense. It was very infuriating, and there was no explanation. I've had people getting kicked from servers by admins because they made a sexy noise in the command chat. Everyone else made the same sexy noise. This is the problem. Everyone else joined in, but only one was taken out. It's probably because it was the best sexy noise, and they all got turned on. Like, oh no, I'm turning gay. And then they just, booted him. I could go on and on and on, but this video would be about an hour long. But the long and short of it is, there are some terrible admins out there that really just abuse their power and don't pay attention and probably shouldn't be admins anymore, let's be honest. However, I sit in tea and country, for tea and country. I'm sorry, please don't ban me, admins. I love your server. Please let me stay. They say nice things to me. Coming in at number 8 are the team killers. Now, whether it's artillery dude firing shells on a point you've overwhelmed, an accidental jump scare TK, or just your average, I tried to Superman jump into a moving transport. These are all friggin' annoying. There is no question, and most adult humans could probably shrug this off, even if you did punch your desk out of frustration and made a hole in it. In the heat of the moment, of course. However, the people I hate, detest, loathe, are the people that just join a server and start killing everyone. Now, presumably, these ignoramuses were born in a sack of shit and raised by sewer rats who had a drinking problem. Now, whenever this killing starts, I always imagine them sitting at their desk or pile of rocks, just chuckling to themselves. A little bit of drool seeping from their permanently open 3-toothed mouth. And then I think, I shouldn't say anything mean to this individual, as they've probably made some bad life choices. And I remind myself it's fine. They'll be back in their cell once his hour slot on the sanatorium's only PC is over. Coming in at number 7. Squad leaders who are walking past supplies. Now, these gormless oafs will walk past a perfectly good supply drop to keep charging the enemy position, die, and then respawn at the garrison that is about 500 meters away from where they're heading, and then they can do it all over again. I suspect these are the same nincompoops who are not putting down OPs and are completely mute in game, but it's so friggin' annoying that I just wanted to insult them again in the same video. Read your maps, listen to the command, and fucking build OP! Coming in at number 6, and is something a little bit unbearable at times, is the Zealots. Either with their hatred of Team 17 regardless of anything, or the people that support Team 17 no matter what. People can't decide if they're changing too much or they're not changing anything quick enough. There's people with their head in their sand thinking that Team 17 hasn't put a foot wrong since taking over and they love everything. Or you got the other people calling themselves hell let loose refugees going to other games begging for attention apparently. There's too many people that cannot handle any kind of criticism. If you end up saying that Team 17 done something good, everyone shits down your face. If you say they've done something bad, you're called a clickbait hack trying to stir up shit in the community or something. I don't know. I'm just talking about what I've experienced, what I like, what I don't like. But you see it everywhere. The moment someone has an opinion that's slightly different to the mainstream kind of discourse, everyone just goes a bit crazy, you know? Sorry, everything got a little bit heated there. I lost my mind for a second. But either way, I think I'm right in saying that it's getting a bit annoying, because people that have genuine things to say are kind of getting drowned out by the same sort of people that just go like that. That's actual translation, by the way. That's exactly how it reads, if anyone wasn't sure. Moving on. Coming in at number 5 is a returning entry, the non-defenders. It takes 1, sometimes 2 squads to properly defend a cap point unless shit is really going down. You don't even have to do it the entire game. You can swap out with another squad. But if you did do it, you would realize how much fun it is and how rewarding it is. Commanders love a squad willing to defend, and they will probably be thinking about you late at night when they light their candles and they play a bit of Celine Dion and they slink into something a bit sexy. You know what I'm saying? Now, the amount of squad leaders I have had to directly disobey, as they won't even entertain the idea of defending a point that is very clearly about to be attacked and probably lost very soon. I am trying to relax. They're already at Hamlet waiting for it to fall. I'm building defences here, but we've got no garrison or anything.
We've taken the farm back.
Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on defence on farm.
Alright, well, yep, alright. Well, they won't take it again. They only ever seem to kick into action when the cap is halfway through and then they start complaining that there's no garrisons nearby. Yeah, because the poor 3-man squad that I ended up leading has now been fighting 40 players for the last 10 minutes. And we could not save the garrison because we're all dead. I may have lost it a bit. It's fine. But anyone that understands the importance of defending, you know exactly what I'm talking about and how frustrating this is. And to every single person that volunteers for defense, I salute you, comrades.
Kill the wolf.
The clowns who run in front of an MG when it is firing. Now this is another new addition to the list, and I'm sure the MG enthusiasts will agree with me on this one. You're lying down, laying the hate towards the enemy position in an effort to mildly inconvenience them and, you know, obviously try and catch a stray helmet. But instead, a smooth brain decides this is how he wants to get his hair cut. So bad has this problem been since forever that my trigger discipline is next to godlike. Easily able to cut off fire, allowing someone to pass and getting through, but that doesn't make it okay. I shouldn't have to do that. It feels like to me, and I don't know, could be wrong, but running in front of a gun that is shooting at like 1,000 rounds per minute is not a good idea. And don't even try and ask me to cross. If I'm firing, I cannot hear you. Like, there is blood pouring out of my ears. I'm not going to hear you going, "Excuse me, McLaughlin, could you stop firing for a second? I really need to get to the other hedge. There doesn't seem to be any other possible route that I could get there." I'm not going to hear that. Just go around me or wait. It's only 250 rounds, you know? You can wait that long. Coming in at number 3 was actually something that was number 1 on my very first most hated Hell Let Loose players video, and is still a huge problem. It becomes more infuriating when you look on YouTube. You see content creators like Soul Sniper and Chaotic Hammer who have made videos on how to place OPs, and then you look at the views and you realize together, combined between everyone that's made How to Squad Lead Good video, it is over 1 million views, easily. We only have 10,000 peak players on Hell Let Loose currently. Either it's the same handful of people watching that video over and over again, or people are watching it and just dribble and they don't understand it. What do you think the watch is for? When you scroll through your inventory and you got like your gun, your grenades, and like then there's a watch, and you're just like, oh, that's cute. Look at it. I can tell the time. Like, just get it out, have a look, see what it does, push some buttons. It even gives you a little prompt. When you pull the watch out, it tells you exactly what it does. My sympathy can only stretch so far. And I think some of the problem is an influx of Battlefield players who see Hell Let Loose as like a more grown-up version of Battlefield. And they're kind of right. The downside is that the BF, the Battlefield mentality, makes you think when you're a squad leader that you're actually responsible for something when you're not, you know? So then you turn up in Hell Let Loose thinking that you can do it, and you're like, oh no, I'm actually like a moron. This is bad. The Battlefield community seem to think that they know how to play a team-based game, when in reality, they might as well be armed chimpanzees. Actually, a squad of chimpanzees would probably coordinate a lot better. Yeah, I apologize to the chimpanzee population. I'm sorry, guys. Now, before we get to the final 2 on this list, I just wanted to give a shout out to my boy, Rex. He has worked incredibly hard in transforming the Discord from what was just me talking to absolutely no one in the default channels the Discord came with, to an awesome little community of nerds, numpties, and ne'er-do-wells. Link down in the description. Not to mention his constant readiness and eagerness to help out in my stupid, crazy video ideas, or just listening to my scripts, and weirdly being the one to check me if I'm being a bit over the top or saying something I probably shouldn't. Who would have thought? But he is now stepping down as the main admin on the Discord, so I just wanted him to know that his efforts and hard work are appreciated by way more people than he realizes. So thank you very much, dude. You have made my life a lot easier and a lot better. I think Chunky was there as well. I'm not really sure. Right. On to the final two of the most hated bastards in Hell Let Loose history. Remember, leave the video a like and share it with anyone that you know does this in Hell Let Loose. The Satchel Moths. We've all met these players, and I'll be honest, most of you probably are these players. You spent 10 minutes sneaking behind enemy lines using only your knife to clear the enemies and get behind the tiger tank, and you actually managed to plant the satchel. You've given yourself a luxurious 1-minute timer to enable you to get to safety. You spent that entire retreat screaming into both voice channels that the tank has a satchel on it. You've also typed it in full caps. Then you finally get to safety, turn around only to see 5 teammates sitting on top of the tank teabagging it as more of your friendly little nublets are approaching, throwing grenades no less.
Oh, Satchel!
Instantly kicked for team killing and banned from the server. Are people's eyes broken? Are your ears on backwards? Did you only hear? I could be wrong, please correct me down below if I am, but doesn't it give you an indicator now that there is a satchel on the tank? Was that only for one update and it's gone? I don't know. Either way, a call to all players. Read your chat and listen for goddamn callouts, especially the phrase satchel on tank. For the sake of my VIP status on For Tea and Country, please, just stop, man. If you ain't got AT, what you doing on top of a tank? Get down from up there. My lord. I'm fine.
Fucking European assholes. You're FOOL. You're a fool.
Right, guys, coming in at number 1 are the massive racist bastards who are sexist, homophobe, and anyone that is one of those ists. I hate them, and everyone else should too. Slap them in the face, punch them in the dick, anything like that. I can't be arsed with it. I play Hell Let Loose primarily because I love the game. It's great fun. There's nothing else really like it. But also, the community is actually really nice. I know I've been shitting on them for the last however long this video ends up being, but I genuinely love this game and I like playing with the people. They're always a good laugh. You get a couple of, you know, hard-nosed people that are a bit tricky to get along with, but for the most part, everyone is pretty chill. Even if they don't necessarily agree with what you're saying, you don't get many arguments. You know, it's nice. But then you just get a big old walking pile of fecal matter who decides he's going to tell you why your country is a pile of shit. And guess what, guys? It turns out it's everyone that isn't white or a man and not gay. Apparently that's the requirement for it. There's so many douchebags lurking in other games, and every now and again they just seep into Hell Let Loose and they're like, you know? Best thing to do, call an admin, mute them. Admins will probably deal with it if you've got a decent server. Then again, I did just shit all over the shitty admins, but again, they're quite rare as well. So you're probably likely to get them out. Worst case scenario, just join a different squad. Don't chat to them. Don't give them the time of day. Don't give them any opportunity to peddle their stupid shit, you know? Seems like everyone's already hating each other, but not in Hell Let Loose, goddammit. Even if we are shooting each other in the face, blowing each other apart with shotguns, grenades, mines, artillery, we still love each other and we're still nice to each other. And that's all there is. My one commandment to you all here listening, be nice. That's it. Unless they're playing as a solo locked sniper unit, then you do whatever you want to them, alright? Alright guys, that was the ultimate top 10 most hated players in Hell Let Loose. Part remake, part threequel, all terrible. I will be reading all the comments on this video. I might not be able to reply to all of them, but I will be reading them, so I do appreciate you taking the time to do that. If you do want to support the channel further, there is a PayPal link down at the bottom, or you can leave super thanks, or you can become a member. All of it is greatly appreciated, but none of it is expected, so that is completely up to you. I will try and keep this as short as possible. Videos and streams I know have been a bit sporadic of late. The real world just likes to get right in the way and trip you up every now and again, but I'm still here, I'm still working away, doing my best. So people that are lingering around, still chatting on my videos, turning up to streams all the time, You guys mean the absolute world to me, so thank you very much. And you all know who you are. So yeah, leave a like, subscribe, share it to all the people that you know are victims on this list, and I will see you all in the next one.